Now, let me start with the Daily Graphic. It's reporting this morning. Galamsey fights government labor meeting fruitful. So, the ad hoc ministerial committee set up by the president to address illegal mining in the country has assured members of the public that a lasting solution will be found to tackle the challenge head on. Yeah, a lasting solution will be found. Not has been found. Not we are implementing a lasting solution.
We are discussing future.
Yes, it will be found. We are in search of a lasting solution. When the regional minister for Eastern Region is on my jaw online, says we were overwhelmed by 400 illegal miners during operation. And yet we are sitting in Accra holding meeting with TUC over a lasting solution that will be found in the future. And we heard the TUC say that, they have added a list of demands. They believe that the partisanship must equally end. So they want them to sign a pact to not make this a partisan issue. Don't be sitting in Accra and pretending to us that you are fighting or you are against illegal mining. Then when you go to your village, you go and promise the people that you let them do the illegal mining, or people are preventing them from doing. When you come, you do it. I hope you get my point.
Yeah, I get you.
That kind of 14th century politics, that pretentious behavior, you can do it with other less useful matters, but this is about the lives of the people.
I think we know the solutions. We know the problem.
Yes, so
having to hold another round of
meetings. Yes, please.
To realize
this lasting solution you are talking about. Yeah,
I think it's not necessary.
I am happy that TUC is talking about ending partisanship in all of this. But one of the professors who went around the country, Raymond, investigating the impact of illegal mining, sent me a message and was telling me that, look, beyond the signing of a pact or commitment, as a way of showing that they care, they should suspend their campaigns for at least 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. And say, because of illegal mining, we're suspending our campaign as a show of commitment. But you see, in Ghana, we reduce everything to votes. It saddens me that in this country, we discuss politics, or we are campaigning the moment the next election ends. So by the beginning of January next year, the party that lost the election would say we need to do reorganization. The reorganization would end by end of year. The moment, in fact, it may not even end by end, but the reorganization would probably continue till somewhere middle of the year. Then they start, okay, we need to elect our branch or polling station executive. By the time you realize, it's into 2026. And in 2026, all the political parties have constitutions that says that if you are in opposition, you elect your presidential candidate 24 months to the election. So in 2022 or 2026, there will be primaries.
And when the party that also wins will also do a thank you tour that will take about half of the year.
Everything is partisanship. We never pause to say, let us think about, the development of this country. And while saying this also, the media is sometimes to blame because we also join them.
Yeah, we are reporting what is happening.
No, sometimes we must give them a blackout.
You can't.
Sometimes we must refuse to report these things, and they would stop it.
For example, if people are politicizing illegal mining, you can pretend you don't know they exist.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. Why? What's the big deal?
You're also ensuring that it's resolved
because it affects all of us. I mean, that's for
whether it's party
and
or party
the problem is that, and that's my problem with Ghanaian politics. They're not even doing ideologically. This is how I approach mining. Yeah. That's not the conversation you're hearing them have. It is some fleeting conversation about, Jojo, I'll let you do it. Okay? Water more than
I did.
I mean, see, it is so 14th century. That's not how you're wondering whether the people who are in the space, the people they think they are engaging, and their level of competence and their intellectual capacity, and while we allow in a country that demands and needs all our skills, such people to be the ones ruling us. Anyway, but that's the biggest story on the front page. The minister says that it was fruitful, it was encouraging. The people say that still
depending on where you're reporting from
the TUC
or who you're engaging.
The TUC people say that we have added on demands. We are telling them that if they don't do it, we will go ahead. And so the only encouraging and fruitful part is that we will find a lasting solution soon. Yes.
The weather is soon.
Yeah. Maybe soon will be next year or the following year. Yeah, and it was a 3-hour meeting. And well, it had ministers from Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, Defense, Dominic Nitu, Employment, Labor Relations, Pensions Minister, Ignatius Bafwewa, and the Information Minister. And it was chaired by National Security Minister. Yeah, but we know. And as we speak, Erastus gave us an update. That's the only update that matters in this conversation. That the water bodies are still being polluted. Even as
They are still being polluted.
Yes, even as they spent 3 good hours in that meeting. I'm sure during that meeting, people are still sitting on water bodies across the country, doing gleefully what they ought not to be doing, because our people have chosen to make this another meeting matter instead of dealing with the matters head on. Anyway, now, so the other one is there's Ghana Skills and Knowledge Bank that's been launched. There's Fishers want premise fuel subsidy removed. Oh, yes. There was a recommendation as far back at 2011 that please stop this business. It is not useful. It has been captured by the elites. It is of no impact to the real people.
When the real farmers on the ground.
Brilliant. When you even do the cost-benefit analysis, it is, but again, it is a useful campaigning tool.
Which government is in power with.
Yeah. So you have to keep it alive so that we all are paying for your campaigning. That's painful, but what can we do? Now, let me give you other stories. We have thwarted terrorist attack, Malian government claims. So the Malian government, which is a military government, says that they have thwarted a terrorist attack. In fact, I wrote an article last night about how democracy is suffering on the continent. And I said the likes of Mali, Chad, and Guinea, the young men who are leading those places, they are using the same templates that the older people used. First, they promise transitional government. Then they extend their stay by one way or the other. Then they may transmogrify into civilian rule and be the ones who are the strong men in the area.
And Raymond, you realize that all the things that they promised that forced them to undertake that exercise has even gotten worse.
Yeah.
They're trying to stop the incursion of the Islamist groups and all the rest. It actually gotten worse.
In fact, that's why they are telling people that they have stopped the terrorist attack.
For those who cry wolf for military coups and all the rest, just watch these developments.
And I say this, but the difficulty is that on this continent, the data from Afrobarometer, people are weakening their opposition to military rules and military governments. And that's worrying to me.
These are clear examples. Yeah. These guys came resolving issues. Even understand that one of the countries, even the first week that they took over, there were serious killings by these militias. So what are we talking about here?
Anyway,
let's do the new finder lead stories that are great poised to position Ghana as a significant food exporter. So says the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addis. And also speaking at the 5th anniversary launch of Gastel, he's talking about the fact that they have actually increased the single obligor limits for the commercial banks when it comes to financing agriculture, increase it to 25% as well to make sure that
for the use and education of the masses, what is single
increase your net. I mean, look at the net worth of that bank and how much you can lend to an institution. So if you are worth maybe about maybe $10 billion, you cannot lend more than 25% of that to an entity.
To Raymond Incorporated.
Yeah, maybe so. Basically, it's gone up from 10 to 25%, and basically the priority is that look at the agricultural sector.
I see. But they are taking into consideration the risk that it poses,
and that is why they've actually set up GESEL, more of an intermediary, to do the necessary scrutiny and use these long-term funds, actually lend it to the commercial banks, and 2 other programs. They have been able to de-risk financing of the agricultural sector. And it's very critical because that is where we need to go if we want this economy to grow. The people that they employ, the value chain and everything, that is when economy grows through that sector. You can talk about job growth and not the jobless growth.
Okay. Well, that's an expression that used to be very consistent, right?
Let's get to the
Daily Guide. Quickly. Now, it's reporting this morning, 2024 elections, 24 for file for president. And I understand Elton was telling us this morning that out of this 24, 21 of them have difficulties. If you take out Baumia, Chematin, and also Mahama, the rest, they have some problems they have to fix on their nominations form. So please, they have to go back and fix it. You have to like Friday. So please go and fix it.
A lot of them are not.
I don't want you to be disqualified. Please go and fix it, okay? Now, the other story there, which is very heartbreaking, is Ghana loses tech guru Chinere Hesse, and has a picture of the late Chinere Hesse with Herman Chinere Hesse with an infectious smile, and some have said that he's Ghana's Elon Musk. Some have said
Bill Gates.
No, or Bill Gates, because of the
those are the role he played in the tech industry.
Space, and NDC demo protesters, police clash in Kumasi. Then the knowledge skills bank thing is also on the front page here. Yeah.